I'll call you back, bro. Yes. Turn this down. What's going on, man? All right, so let's check into a few plays here. A move we made this morning, or one that I've been watching here, is Craft, KHC. Now, if you're under diversified, let's say you're holding a bunch of just tech stocks. This is how you start diversifying. Okay, you're looking for the same pattern in other stocks, so you don't have to buy the same stocks you own. You just hold those, and you start to build out, man. And 2 years from now, a deal that wasn't a good deal will end up being a good deal. That's how it works. So here's a box. There's a box. We got a box. And if we back this up, we got a box. We got a box. We got a box. We got a box. And you see it's a nice money flowing chart. That's what I would call this. And, here's an example where price broke the 20 and didn't keep going down. It doesn't have to keep going down. So we get our sideways movement, we get our up, we get our sideways, and then it came into here. And if you look, we talk about this in the money flow, that price has memory, and price tends to stop where it stopped before, on the way up, on the way down. Now, if you look left, what happened? It stopped where it stopped before. It had stopped here. On the way down, that's where it stopped. So on the way up, there's a level here, but it broke through, it keeps going. These levels that are this close, we can't use them as targets, but there's zones where price will get hung up. Is this a box? Yeah, technically, but that so much to me doesn't count because of the alignment of the moving averages. Super important that you understand this. Often people don't get, you see how wide apart these moving averages are? See how wide apart? Now listen, sometimes I get people make this shit way more you put your shoes on this morning, you understand this, okay? If you can tie your shoes, then you get this. When they're this far apart, okay, these boxes are not, you can't trust them. Right? These boxes like this, you can't trust them when the moving averages are this far apart. Now, it may start to build a box and it may start to go sideways, but we need to be suspect of these, okay? These don't get me excited when it's that broken. You saw that massive drop. This is broken. Takes a minute, and as you saw, it came down further. And now, what we're slowly starting to see them come together. Is it close? No, but at least we're starting to get sideways action. Price is above the 5-day moving average. It's holding at the 20. I'm working on my new book, and this is the 200, is a big part of that. 200-day moving average is like a web. It captures price and holds it. And you'll see when it gets below it, it becomes a resistance zone. When it's above it and coming down, it tends to stop it. And you'll see that. You saw it over here. You see it over here. On the way up, you see it hit 200 and then what? Turn down. Now, does that mean it can't go through it above? No, it's just general rules. When price is way below the 200-day and it's a dividend stock, these things are setting up perfect. Now, there's another point to that. Take an example, and I'm going to get to the 10 stocks that I'm watching right now. Kraft is one we just added to, by the way. If you look at, say, a Walmart. If you look at Walmart, Walmart is way below the 200. But there's some issues. Sometimes the stock can get overvalued, meaning maybe 160, 170 was too high. It's just too fucking high. And then it came down. Maybe this is the new value point. So just because it's below the 200 doesn't mean it's got to go to the 200, but it does become an honest target. And if we look back, has it ever been here before? Yeah, a bunch of times. So are we asking a lot of price to go from here to there? No. The one issue we have with Target or Walmart is a lot of people think it's overvalued. Morningstar has it fairly valued at 123. That's an issue. Now, can Walmart trade at a premium? If the answer is yes, then I'm not too concerned about it trading at fair value. Let's say they said Facebook's trading at fair value. Well, Facebook typically trades above fair value. Home Depot, above fair value. So some stocks get a premium. MO, dividend stock, gets a premium. Okay? So the stocks that get a premium, they tend to trade over true value. And so it's not a problem. Again, last night I did a live and I was saying, hey, I'll give away a free book to anybody who can break down the 5 components of trading. Right? Number 1, psychology. Number 2, market selection. Inside of market selection, if we were in a classroom and we were breaking down these 5, market selection is, inside of that idea of market selection is understanding the difference between Roku and Walmart. They're different. They trade different. They're given different PEs. They make up different indexes. They're different types of stocks. They move different. They act different. They respond to different kinds of news. Market selection is super important for what you're trying to do as far as being, is it a trade or is it an investment? So market selection it's a big conversation. I mean, you could write a whole book on market selection, but it's 1/5 of understanding trading or even investing, really. I think everyone got position sizing, or I think they call it. A lot of them call it position management, but position sizing, same thing. How big's your size? Think about. If it's a leveraged product like an ETN, you wouldn't have as large a position in that as you would a regular stock. Not if you understand market selection, meaning you got to understand the product that you're playing with. So this is Walmart. It could trade at a premium. It could easily go back to this 141. We got an anchor point here. It ran up. I like it. You could add to Walmart. Whoa. Sorry about that. I'm mobile, man. My shit's super tight here. I don't have my normal desk. I like Walmart here, man. Not my best play. Not one that I'm targeting this week. Maybe later. I think we got plenty of time on this one. What's another? So that's an example of it being below the 200. But I do like what we call the bread and butter setup inside of Discord. So if you're in our Discord group, we post these. People keep an eye on these. It will probably, I'm almost certain, go and bang this yellow line. Let me give you another example of banging the yellow line. ETRN. Notice what's happening here. Now, when we set a target, it doesn't have to be the exact line. It could just be right there, like in the general direction. Okay, none of this is science. Okay, we're not trying to, it's 2 pennies off. Look what's happening here. So we talk about this. Price has memory. Wherever price has stopped before, you can pretty much count on it stopping again, at least for a minute. And so we have 2 factors pushing here on ETRN. One, we're banging up against, ETRN pays an 8% dividend yield. This is an MLP, okay? Now remember, you're going to get tax forms if you own this outside of a brokerage account, of a tax sheltered account. You pay taxes on these dividends, and they're treated a little different. Some people get all whirly when they get a tax form. So this 200, look how flat it is too, man. It's just flat. But when the setup came was this. Now we own the stock up here. And then they lost a court case. Banging down. You don't buy that. You never buy that. Never step into a stock getting smashed like that. Never, 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 never. If you do, don't talk to me, because it's just dumb on steroids. You don't do that. That's an amateur move. Oh, did you see so-and-so's down? I'm going to go buy some. Don't do that. That's the people buying Amazon yesterday because it was in the news, man. You got to rise above that. You got to be above that stuff, man. So You should know before the news tells you, you know? Like you should know because you're following the stock. It's on the charts, man. Does that make sense? So you should know these things. You shouldn't be getting informed from Fox News and Reddit. And you should already know these things, man. Not to say you don't use those things for research, but you should already know. So it comes down. Are we buying that? No. No. You got to let it keep coming. You got to put it in a box. This is subject here. This is not a good box, man. You're coming off this massive drop, and look how wide these moving averages are apart. It can't do anything till they come together. This one gets a little better, and then it took another leg down. Good. You were like, good. Yeah, good. It's a big dividend stock. We need this. You need these in your life, man. You need these big down moves. So we put in an anchor point. Here's our stage 1 buy. And if you're swing trading, your target's up here, the 200, right? I wouldn't swing trade this, but you could. And then, of course, now we're banging it again. So those trades, man, they are awesome. The bread and butter only works on dividend stocks, okay? I mean, it works on other stocks, but I only consider it a bread and butter as if it's a dividend stock because people need income. They're going to buy it. Hedge funds, family offices, endowment funds, police unions, state retirement funds. They need money and they need income. So when a company that can pay their dividend goes under that 200, what's up, Matt? When they go under that 200, they're going to, there they go. It's going to head up. So I'm not buying this, but I just wanted to show that as an example. So buying Kraft today, added to my position. I've owned it for a lot of years. We'll see. We're nibbling here. This is where it's been before. This is the money flow pattern. So I'm watching my stocks and I'm watching for the pattern. Hasbro, new one we added to last year. I've been slowly adding to this stock whenever I get a chance. Let's see. Yeah. The people that watch on YouTube are too fucking lazy to click like, dude. They can't do it. It's just not in them. They're just like, fuck, Gerald, why would I click a button if I can just sit here and watch? That's much better. So let's see. Hasbro. Why click like when I can just watch? Why do that, man? Why do that? Just go eat dinner. Don't tip your waiter. Fuck them. Right? You should know what stock chart I have. Oh, wait, I can't yell at you guys. This is my subscription. I don't yell at anybody on Instagram subscription. I only talk nice to them. On my regular feed now, I talk shit to all of them. But not on the subscription feed. No matter what you say, I'm going to be nice. This is Hasbro. It's $88, trading undervalued, and it's below the 200-day moving average, okay? This is a portfolio hold, I don't think this is going to rip immediately, but anytime I can get it, these stage 1s, I want to nibble. This is stage 2, but anything past this, and I don't want to nibble. So we've been building this position for a minute, okay? So, there's a buy, buy over here. Now, this may confuse some people. They're like, yeah, but we owned it way up here, and then it came way down here, and then it went, yeah, man, we're building the position over time. That's what you want to do. So there'll be times when your stocks run up, and then they run down, and this is how you build out a portfolio, is tagging these stage 1s, okay? And if you just keep tagging them, don't worry about where it's at. And then if it runs up and hits a really high RSI, yeah, maybe we'll trim it down. But 1 or 2 years from now, when this position's large and you've collected 8, 10, 12 dividends, this will be one in the future that you'll trim to add to something new or to build up another position. That's how that works, man. So I've owned Exxon for a decade, maybe longer, and we see what it's doing today, right? So I'm being paid for a decade of adding, building. You know how many times during that decade oil has gotten smashed, dropped, gone down? A bunch, man, a bunch. That's investing, right? That's how you utilize volatility. So you need sell-offs. You need it to come down. Everybody gets scared or gets all jacked up in their head. It's because they're not really investors, dude. Most people are really not investors. They think they are. It's easy to say you are, especially when times are good and things are going up. Everybody's an investor. Truth is, an investor, you're tested by fire, man, when it goes down. We know you're a real estate investor when your tenant fucks the house up, burns down something, destroys the porch, and then you got to go look at it. And then you get all that land. Oh, man, I'm not doing real estate. Yeah, I know, because you never were an investor. It didn't take much to shake you out, man. So this stuff takes time. It takes time, man. A lot of fair weather real estate investors, too, man. First time it gets hard, someone screws them over, they don't get paid, something's broken, they're out. Because they never were in, man. So we're looking at Kraft. Hasbro's on my list this week. I added to both of those today. If you're in the Money Flow gang, I sent out a text message. I don't know if you're an investor, man. You got to ask yourself that question. I don't know. Bitcoin is a buy here. Probably adding to GBTC into the close. GBTC, I hold in my SEP IRA, so it's tax sheltered. GBTC is trading at a discount to the Bitcoin that it holds right now. Did you know that? Probably didn't know that. It's trading at a discount. Let's see. Small time says he's about to go off subscription because I don't yell. I'm being nice to everybody on subscription. Thanks. 53 likes now. Look at that. We only got 30 fucking greedy people left. Let's see. This is a nice setup. Is Bitcoin going up? I don't know. It's been in a pretty solid downtrend. Okay, I'm not selling it. I'm planning to have it for a very long time. Plan doesn't change. I buy stage ones. Super simple. Plan doesn't change. Haynes brands. Not a nice chart today, but this is one I've been accumulating. People probably getting tired of hearing about this one. A lot of problems with this stock. If this is now back in the box, so this is one I may be adding to today too. I have a very large position in this stock, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Stage ones. I've owned it for a long time. I keep collecting the dividend, buy more shares, dividend goes higher, stock goes lower. Okay. There's a lot of problems here. Supply chain issues, commodity issues, the market's down. So a lot of problems with this stock, man. No, I'm not adding to ETR in here because I bought it much cheaper. So if you trade with me, sometimes you might, hey, what about this one, Gerald? I've been doing it 21 years. It's not high on my list right now. I got a large position in it. But for you, it may be a good buy. As long as it's in the money flow pattern and you're a stage one, it's a buy. Just because I'm not buying it, I may have a shit ton of it. I don't need to buy it. And so I'm focused on other areas in my portfolio. So if you notice, I tend to focus on 1 or 2 stocks a week. Why? I only got so much money, man. I can't add all 57 stocks. So I have money this week on Sunday, and I'm gonna start sending out a quick. I tried to do that 10 minutes and shorter where I run through all the stocks. And this week I had some sound issues, so I didn't do it. But what am I looking for there? I'm looking for in the portfolio, same with trading, what is the best possible option that I have? What's the best possible return? And I don't know the answer. I can just look at the pattern and try to buy it. And then I start digging in. So, like Walmart is right now fairly valued, even though the stock has come down into a stage 4 and then now it's going sideways. Is that the best return for my money over the next 2 years? I don't know. And I have a decent size. So if it's fair value, I don't know that I want to add a lot to it. Yeah, that's what he said. I notice a lot of times when you say people are starting to get tired of hearing you, it means it's getting close to ripping. Yeah, that does tend to be true. Sometimes I get tired of my own self talking about a stock, and then all of a sudden it takes off, And then you'll notice once it takes off, I stop talking about it. I don't really want to talk about it anymore. Quick question. Yes, sir, Brandon. Let's stop the whole class and answer your question. Brandon has a question, so we're going to answer his question. Quick question. He's not on subscription, so I can talk like that. If we hold dividends in an IRA account, will we be taxed on it? Somebody needs to do some studying. Of course not, sir. Brandon, the whole point. IRA, individual retirement account. All gains are tax sheltered. Tax sheltered, sir. Meaning you don't pay taxes. You should have your dividend stocks tax sheltered. That's the way I do it. I mean, you can make a case for either way. All my dividend stocks are tax sheltered. They're all inside SEP IRAs and regular IRAs. I pay no taxes. I collect like $2,000 a month in dividends. I put it all back into buying more stocks, more dividends. When I'm 59 and a half, I can touch it penalty free. That check that's coming in should be about $4,000 or $5,000 then. I'll just bring that money home. I'll die with all those stocks. Isn't that beautiful? And then I can just blow that money. Every month they send me the dividends, I just blow it. That's the goal. My goal is to blow all my dividends. Every month they just give them to me. I just spend them like just a stupid person. Oh, look, just spend it. Why? Because I'll be old. What am I going to do? Leave it to someone else? No. So that's the point of that. By tax sheltering it, we can grow it. Let's see. So, yeah, read up on that, man. You need to spend a little time studying what those IRAs mean, different types of IRAs. Make sure you got the right IRA, too. And all you guys with 401ks, make sure you know what's in your 401k. Some of you know more about fucking sports than you know about your IRA, man. Get on that. No, learn about it, what's in it, man. Especially, the other day I'm talking to a guy and I'm like, well, what's your wife's IRA in? I'm not sure. Listen, call me back when you know what the fuck you're doing. Done talking to you. How can I conversate with the guy? How can we have a one-on-one? You don't know your finances, man. How am I going to help you if you don't even know what your shit's in? I can't help the guy. He can't even look to see what funds he's in, man. So I can't help him, you know? So you got to get that stuff together, man. Know what you own. Super important. Side note, I got sidetracked. Hanes brands we covered. Oh, couple REITs I'm watching this week, or one. MFA is pulling back, which tells me AG and C is probably pulling back. Mortgage, we got problems in the mortgage market right now. Okay, so the two that I hold, there's a lot of good ones. The two mortgage REITs that I hold are MFA and AG and C. There are plenty of others. Where do you have your IRA set up? I have my IRA hosted at E-Trade. I've been with E-Trade like 20-something years. If you guys that are self-employed, you set up your own IRA. You don't need help. You just go to E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, any of those brokerage accounts, M1 Finance. You can just set up an IRA, monkey simple. Just remember, an IRA means you're not touching it. So if you don't need an IRA to retire, though. Keep that in mind. You need to make sure it lines up with your goals. If your goals are to own an apartment building, don't put money into an IRA, right? I'm actually against young people doing IRAs, man. I know a lot of people are like, man, you want to get started early. No, you don't. The kid's stupid. He don't even know what he wants to do. You're 22. You don't know what the fuck you want to do when you're 30. IRA could be the worst idea because now you're not going to have money to launch that business. It could have made you a multimillionaire because you got it tied up in some stocks, man. So there's a bigger picture. There's not just one answer, man. Right? So what is the ultimate goal? If the goal is, well, I want to own my own business, then why would you tie up money in an IRA? Put money in a business where the business is going to make money. Now, once the business is going and you're making money, go open the IRA. You get what I'm saying? So make sure your goals make sense. You know, and I get a lot of people, they got all this money tied up in a SEP IRA or a Roth IRA, and they want to get into real estate. And they can't because they got all this money sheltered inside of a tax-sheltered account. Because someone told them it was a good idea. Now they can't actually do the shit they want to do. So keep that in mind. There's not just one path, one way. And saving early is not always the right answer. I mean, saving is always a good answer, but investing early, that is not necessarily the right advice. That is if your goal is to work to your 65. If your goal is to have a job and work to your 65, then yeah, I guess it's good advice. If your goal is to get rich or build a business or retire early, that may not be the right advice. And remember, most of the people who get paid to give you advice are giving you cookie cutter advice that they have to give you because they have a license. I'm looking to add to MFA. He said it's only $6K a year. Yep. You'd be surprised how many people don't save $6K a year. So, Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to do 6K a month, but that's tough, man. I try to invest 300 a day. Um, but I started with $10 a day. If you have my book, VTR. You probably don't know about this one. This one is an assisted living home. I've owned these for a long, long time. I got a friend that owns assisted living homes. Very wealthy guy. Got me looking at these stocks. If you notice, they're doing the money flow pattern. It's banging up against the 200 here. It's actually under. I haven't started adding yet. I'm keeping a close eye on this box here to see if it holds. If it's undervalued right now by about 20-30%. And you say, how do you know? Go look at Morningstar, go look at the other things. If this breaks, we're looking for it to come down into this zone here. I'm sure it probably won't go much lower. If it does, then we're probably coming down into here. I find it hard to believe we go that low. These are quality companies. I like this. So I own 2 assisted living homes. You won't hear me talk about them much unless they get on sale. Boom, then I'm looking to add to them. I just compound the dividends, let them do what they do. VTR is one, and the one that I have the most money in, which I probably won't be adding to because I have the most money in it, is Welltower. Both of these are in my book. You don't have to die broke. And you see these beautiful stage ones. I mean, these when you buy on these stage ones, look at these. It just does this beautiful money flow pattern, man. These are tradable too, and they pay a dividend. So, man, look at that beautiful run right there. Now, if we go back in these stocks, I want to show you what happened during COVID. And you say, what happened? It fell to $12. This is where I lose all my friends. But Gerald, it was $80 and now it's $12 and all my hopes and dreams have been dashed. You know how many times I have that call? Had it this week. But we had all of these plans that were going great and our balance was right here and now it's way down here and I don't know what to do. Let's see. I don't know, man. What should that guy have done? I mean, how many hundreds of sharks do I got to show people that? But yet they still, I don't know if it'll ever come back. And we might go into 10 years of sideways action and never return. Never, never, never. That's what I hear now. The NASDAQ's going to go for another decade, never going up, always going sideways. Okay. Yeah, that's what it's going to do. Because it did it one time in history, it's now going to do it again. I'm telling you, this is how people think, man. Then you get on YouTube, you start watching shit about the lost decade. And then you remember in Japan, it went sideways for 30 years in Japan, Gerald. Okay. So, my point being, when you own these stocks, man, decide what you're doing with them now. And when this happens, you already have a plan. Now, why did this happen? Because the worst possible fucking thing that could have happened to this company. And one day that's going to happen to you. Right? The worst fucking thing. Guess what? COVID hit and they have old people trapped in a building and they're all dying. That's bad for business. Down it goes. Guess what they did? They cut the dividend. Looking back, what should I have done? When it plummeted 75%. Never to return ever into the abyss with all my dreams. And then look, it was the greatest opportunity. So, you see why I have I can't take the doom and gloom. Because it's always an opportunity. And it's too stupid to keep having the conversation after 250 fucking years of the stock market going up. There's still people that you still have to explain this to. Even though they could go to YouTube and just type in history and watch it, it's because it's human nature. This is why a lot of times when people say, what's my best investment? It's therapy and history class. Because you think you're an investor and you're not. So once you get this, and once you've successfully rode this, and stood up and did the right thing and bought the stage one and added, and you do this a few times, you begin to see it all a little different. Check in on Roku real quick. A lot of news on Roku. Not a big deal. Up 10%. I think they're talking about somebody buying them. I don't know, man. We'll see. I don't really give a shit right now. On the growth side, the only stocks so on the buy and hold side, I'm looking at Hasbro. I'm looking at a little bit to Bitcoin this week. I've been drip buying Bitcoin every day outside of my brokerage account, but I'd like to buy a little in my brokerage account too. Hasbro, Kraft, Haynes Brands, MFA on the mortgage REIT side, VTR, and Well. Now, if you remember a couple weeks ago or last few weeks, GLV, all right, I've got like 1,000 something shares. I'm not going to be adding to this. I'm not going to be adding to this right now, but you could. Pays a 12% dividend yield, undervalued, and USA were the two closed-end funds I added to buy and hold. We started adding, I want to say over in here, it came down, bought a little more. Again, 10%er. This is a very interesting fund. You should go look at. USA. Now, on the growth side, I've not been buying a lot of growth stocks, man. I'm focused on quality companies. I do like CLSK. I'd probably buy a little here, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I haven't pulled the trigger yet. I'm in it. Took some off up here. Now we're just sitting here. We'll see. It's tied to Bitcoin. I'm not very interested in having a whole lot of crypto stocks when I own a lot of crypto. It's just not my. You're just putting all your money in one basket, man. If you got Bitcoin, this is going to track Bitcoin. I mean, that's basically how that's going to go. Dash. I like Dash. Dash is stage 2. Dash could be bought here. This is a future company. This will be here forever. Pinterest is breaking out today. I like Pins. I mean, Uber, Pins, Dash, Airbnb. These are about the only growth stocks I really like right now that I would even add to, man. The rest of them are just, whatever. These I know are going to be around. The others, I'm just waiting for the market to get better. It's not a growth market right now. I don't think so. That Roku pop's not going to hold probably. I doubt these even hold, to be honest. The Dash, the Pins. But I do like those stocks on the growth side. CLSK, Dash, Pins. You might even add Twitter. Twitter's setting up for a swing trade right now. Stage 2 breakout right here. It's a 1, 2, but it's a 2. We got the move, right? So you can see the pattern, right? So I got out of most of my Twitter right here, right up in here. We were getting out of it. Now, a lot of people wanting to play the news. But Gerald, Elon's buying Twitter. I know, but Twitter's worth $52. And the price, there you go, $52. Means the trade's over. But Gerald, Elon keeps tweeting about it. I know, but we need to sell it because it's going to go down because that's how it works. They're going to negotiate. They're not just going to sign papers and walk out the door. There's going to be give and take. He's going to try to retrade them. He's going to fuck with them. Like, they're going to go back and forth. And the stock at the end of the day is only worth $52. That's it. Even if he's paying 54, it was worth 52. It was 52. So we got to get out of the stock. Even if Elon's buying, even if Elon keeps tweeting, it's still $52. Okay? Elon can't magically make money out of the stock, okay? So then what? Stage 4 decline. This is the money flow. It's bigger than Elon, guys. I know you don't believe me. Nobody believes me on this. But the money flow's bigger than Elon Musk. Look, see that? That's called the money flow. That's the exact pattern right there. Still had people don't get this. Been with me 2 years. Still all fucked up because it's Elon. Elon's tweeting. Maybe we... No, man. Get it? No, man. I got people at work for me, guys. I got people in my office that send those books out, man. People say they're getting emails from me while I'm on my live. I got people that process stuff for me, man. Sometimes you email me, it's not even me answering the email. Most of the time it is, but not always. So, my point being, it don't matter if it's Kathy Woods, Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, nobody. Stock is the value of the stock, man. So we want to rise above that. That's why you're like, if Amazon's in the news, I don't give a fuck if Amazon's in the news. We're already following Amazon, right? We're already on Twitter, and the money flow has rules. When the RSI gets extreme, we start selling the stock if it's a trade. And here's the other rule: if you go from one extreme to another, the swing trade is complete. That completed the move, one extreme to the other. And if you add in fundamental analysis that says the stock's only worth $52, what would be the catalyst that would keep it going? Especially when they're negotiating, right? So, man, am I trimming at DS? No, probably not. I am not. We're in DS. This is the only penny stock that I've been adding to DS. You say why? Because I think there's a fundamental thesis. This is a $5 stock. This is not going out of business. I drive by them all the time. So I like it. This is a penny stock that I've continued to buy. Not now, but in the season that we're in the market. I haven't added any other penny stocks, man. I'm holding a bunch, but I haven't added to them. Why? I don't have to. Just because you hold a stock don't mean you have to add to it. It don't matter. And it don't matter if you're down 40% now and then up 20%, down 40%. It don't matter, man. It's when you finally get out of it or sell it that it matters. What do I think of Disney right now? I think Disney's fun. Oof. It's a brutal, ugly downtrend, though. I doubt this holds. I don't own Disney, so that tells you what I think of Disney. If you go look at the money flow, the petersreport.com, I don't own Disney. I don't own it. I don't use the products. I'd rather get a root canal than go to Disneyland. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not. But it is a. I think I just lost sound on Instagram. Somebody tried to call in. Hey, D, call Anthony. Tell him I'll be off in just a minute. I got some people I'm trying to help here in New Orleans. I think I'm gonna be doing a video. That guy was shot in my neighborhood. His business partner was shot 4 times with AK-47. That house you saw me painting on my story yesterday, that was that guy's house. I went over there and helped him work on the house. Just trying to throw in some skills where I can. Plus, I miss painting, man. It was killing me. The only thing I don't like about New Orleans is I don't have a house to work on. Fixing to buy one of these buildings in the quarter just so I have some shit to work on, man. Drives me crazy. I like that equity, man. I like working on houses because it's just free money, dude. You get so much money from working on houses. Just side note, man, I had a guy say, well, I'm not a very good handyman, Gerald. Well, first off, you can learn. Let's start there. You're not a fucking monkey. You're capable of training yourself to do things, okay? Just because you're not good at something, no shit, nobody's good at anything. Like, you have to learn how to use the restroom, how to drive a car, how to walk. Like, you can teach yourself how to put in flooring. Have you ever seen the people that do it? They're not rocket scientists, okay? So, like, equity on a house is not complicated. You just have to get dirty and sweaty, but it's easy. Anybody can do it. And all these people with I don't know. Nobody knows, man. Like, you just learn. You learn. And if you can learn something, I do. I have 2 phones. I carry 2 phones on me. It's crazy. The other phones are just for recording and audio and video so that I still have access to a phone. Hey, if you got the Anchor app, I think we went through all the stocks. Hasbro, Bitcoin, Kraft, Hanes Brands, MFA, VTR, which is a interesting company. Go read about those. Those are fun. I'm not a fan of Disney. I don't know what to say. Fine stock. A lot of people own it. A lot of people made money on it. I don't use the product. I don't have little kids that watch mermaid shows. I hate amusement parks. I don't watch ESPN. So they produce nothing other than Bubba Fett and the Bounty Hunter show series that I like. That's not true. I'm literally lying to you right now. As I'm talking, I realize I have Disney Plus, and I've been watching the Star Wars. All right, so I take everything back I just said. Obviously, I do like Disney because I've been watching Bubba Fett over there. So, yeah, Mo was down big today. Um, yeah, Mo's a huge. So all you guys on my subscription, if you and I'll end with this because I told these guys I'd help them work on this house. Hey man, call me. Maybe I'll come to your house and work on a house. Um, I'm teasing. I wouldn't do that. Let's see. Let's see. Right here. If you go to page 18, these are all my buy and whoa. These are all my buy and hold stocks. Okay. If you're on YouTube, they're right here. And if you come over here, I've left this video up for a long, long time. It kind of shows you how I play these dog stocks. All of these are always great. I own all of these. These are the dividend yields, and I show you on the board how I'm kind of playing those forever going forward, okay? This is my buy and hold portfolio, and it shows you my SEP IRA. I've clicked 12,540. That's as of the time I put it in. So I update this. I don't need to update this much. I update every couple months. And I go through and recalculate these, and you'll see these slowly. I mean, when I started the newsletter, I think I was at 9 grand right here, and then I was at 4 something here, and I was at low 4 here. So, and then, my top 5 holdings: BX, Southern, Pepsi, McDonald's, and Ford. And the ones in red, they're not updated daily, so just keep that in mind. These are the ones that I'm looking at adding to. And that's it, man. These are the top 10. If you're looking for a service that does a good job of following tracking, and whatever he said about Disney, I would go thumbs up. This dude is brilliant. Puts out a newsletter. You can try it free for 7 days. I think it's the only thing I offer or recommend as an affiliate, just because I really love his work and I personally use it. Emergency? Guess not.
Oh, we talking to me? Sorry.
I was just wondering if it was an emergency.
No, open up the doors. If a guy that looks like an animal from the Muppets comes to the door, answer it.
Why?
Because he's dropping some stuff off for.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so let's see. BBIBON. Yeah, I don't like any of those stocks. Let's see. RMO fundamentals haven't changed. Adding this might be the bottom. Might not be the bottom, bro. Might go down more. Yeah, I mean, feel free to add what you want to add to. I'm just sharing with you what I'm adding to, what I'm doing. That's what I do in the Peters Report and what I do going forward. But, everybody's at a different place in life. And the money flow, and I've said this before, one guy can use it and make $1 million. Next guy could use it and blow out. And you say, what do you mean? It's how he uses it. The stocks he picks. The money flow is not about it doesn't make stocks do something. It just shows you what stocks are doing. So if you're a good stock picker, if you're good at, seeing what's going on around you, if you have a diversified portfolio, then this is going to be a great aid to you because it makes order out of chaos. That's all the money flow is trying to do. It makes order out of chaos. And so it gives you something to do when things aren't going the way you expected. What did this guy say? Let's see. All right, bro. Now I got to just kick you out, man. You dropped too many tickers, bro. I got to kick you out. So, let's see. I don't want to do it permanent in case I know you. Stop putting in tickers. That's it, man. I hope you guys have a good day. If I can help, let me know. If you got any suggestions on this, the subscription fee, things you'd like to see, I'm open to that. And if you got some ideas for guests on podcasts, let me know. I got a new feature on the podcast where I can put your voice. Like, if you get the Anchor app, you can send me voice messages. I'm going to post the link periodically. And it'll be like, hey, Gerald, this is Gary. I wanted to ask you. And I can insert that into the podcast. It's pretty cool. I like doing that. It's fun. I can't seem to get people to do it. I know you guys are all so fucking busy. It's so hard to click buttons, Gerald. I'm so busy. I know. You're busy. I mean, how could you ever click a button or download an app? It's a big ask. But if you ever found yourself bored, you could do that. Send me a question, and I'll put it in there. GP, we need a few more top plays now video series. Yeah, we could do that. I'm trying to, each week I focus on different stocks. So, the ones that are just, that are on my thing. We Own City is, yeah, man, I was telling everybody go watch the show. We Own This City. It's pretty damn. Just finished The Wire, ran into that, so it makes it, yeah, man, that, if you haven't seen the series, We Own This City, check it out, man. If you're into police corruption shows like The Wire and that kind of stuff, it's really good, man. All right, man. See you guys later on Instagram. Let's see. Discard this video. Anybody? Yeah, man. You have a good day too, man. I used your 5 EMA cross into EMA strategy on EMA paying well. Yeah, but now you should learn the actual strategy because it's more than just some moving average crossovers, man. Why don't we use it to change your life, make you a better dad, make you a better boyfriend? You damn sure need to be a better boyfriend. We all know that. Learn the full thing, man. It's not just about moving average crossovers. It's a lot more to the money flow than that. All right, man. You guys be good.